Hi, this is Melinda from Bandana Girl. Today I'm going to show you how to use your handheld hole punches, your punch pliers, and a center punch to put a hole in a heavier gauge metal. The recommended thickness for these, they say 20. I have done it with 20 and it works fine. I wouldn't over press because you can break it, so you have to kind of wiggle it. But for this project, what we're trying to do basically is to punch a hole that, it's not really going to punch a hole, but it's going to make a divot that will make the part that's actually being punched thinner, so it gets it down to like a 24 gauge thickness. So I sell both of these. I have 1.5, 1.25, and 1.8 hole punch pliers. The 1.5s are a good midway, and they also work with all my rivets. The center punch, you can actually find these at hardware stores too. If you need one and you're ordering my punch, you might as well get this at the same time. This way you can punch heavier gauge, cuff bracelets, etc. Okay, so basically what we're going to do, I'm going to use another one I have here just because I don't want to open up a brand new one. Same concept, same thing. It does exactly what the one I sell does. First off, you can test your metal gauge. I have a little handy dandy gauge here, and this is 18 gauge. I'm sure this is too. This is 18 gauge, and that is 18 gauge. So typically you wouldn't want to use your handheld punch to put a hole. So what we're going to do, take our punch, we're going to find the spot where you want that hole to be punched. We're just going to hammer it really heavy a couple times. It's going to put a little divot in there, and then you're going to take your pliers and just press until it cuts through, and that makes a nice clean hole. You might need to file it just a little bit on the back side, just where because of the punch, it kind of puts it off the metal a little bit out. I also sell the files in my store. So that's how you put a hole in a heavy gauge. You can also do that with like a heavier gauge wire if you want to make a cuff. We'd measure it and try to find the center or exactly where you want the holes. We'll mark it, and then we'll use our center punch, try to get that centered nicely. Okay, hole punch, and then you can texture, stamp it, anything you'd like to do, patina. Now this is a new product I have. It's a bracelet shaping mandrel, and I've just added this to my store. It's kind of cool because it just goes around the one side, and you don't need a bigger mandrel. And it does a nice job getting the shape you want. You might just need to do a little bit of edging in there. Now you can rivet on your little flower or any kind of a top piece that you'd like to add to that. And this is the 18 gauge is nice and firm, so it'll stay sturdy on your wrist. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, send me a message.